first one's a plank. We're gonna start from your elbows and your toes. Rotate your hips, your glutes are squeezed, belly button's in. Main thing I'm looking for here is that your hips aren't lowering down and your chest is tall. I wanna rotate them, but keep them nice and tall. Again, if you start to wear out, just drop your knees down, complete it from here. That's 60 seconds. From there, you'll roll over to a floor bridge. Through your heels, you're gonna press all the way up, pause it for about a second, and then back down. We have 15 reps here.
Get around 2.
Then you'll go to a reclining bicycle. So I'm gonna sit far enough back to where my abs will isolate, hands on the back of my head, but I'm not pulling on my neck. It's just a support so I can twist, opposite knee, opposite elbow. We're getting 10 each side on this. Okay, you run through that 3 times. You'll rest 30 seconds and repeat. Rest 30 seconds, repeat, rest 30 seconds, and we'll move on. When we move on, we're gonna run into our strength training part of it, and it's gonna be a 50-second on exercise with a 10-second rest. So basically just transitioning, gives you enough time to transition from one exercise to the other. So start with a box squat or bench squat. You're gonna sit down and stand up. Really paying attention that I'm not just flopping down. So I'm fighting it on the way down, come up. Fight it on the way down, press up. Lock my glutes together at the top, and I'm keeping an eye on my knees to make sure they're not coming in or out. Everything's nice and in line, squeeze at the top. 10-second rest, then a 1-arm row. You're gonna straddle the bench, put one hand on it, keeping my chest tall, so I'm checked here that I'm not letting my shoulder drop down, I'm rounding. So pop the chest, shoulders engaged, pull through the elbow, making sure I'm not curling, I'm pulling. Again, we're here for 50 seconds, 5-0, and I'm trying to breathe out as I pull up. 10-second rest, switch sides, same thing. After that is a dumbbell chest press. So I'll set the dumbbells on my thighs, keep my elbows nice and tight against my ribs, and I'll slowly sit back. From here, I'm gonna let my, check the bench first, slowly sit back so my head can rest, and then I'm gonna check to make sure that I don't come out any farther than about a 30 to 40 degree angle off my body. So I don't wanna be straight out here. Pressing up and then back down. A quick little cue is that if my hands were using a bar, the bar would be across my chest, not across my face. Timing our breathing to breathe out on the way up. When I'm done, bring my elbows into the side, lift my head up as I drop these down, and then sit up. From there, a frontal raise. We're just gonna use a 1 pound or a 1 dumbbell on this one for a frontal raise. From here, I'm gonna stop it right about the top of my forehead and then back down. It's like I'm doing a standing plank. So my hips are rotated, glutes are locked, and belly button's in. Again, we're breathing out against gravity. So this one I'm breathing out on the way up. Then we'll finish with a lateral 2-block. So you'll have 40 reps on here. You can do sets of 5, sets of 10, sets of 20, but slight bend in the knee, chest is tall. I'm trying to keep my upper body not moving. It's my legs and my hips as I step out, and I do not want to drag my foot. It's gonna come up and just hover the ground as I step. Again, you can go down 5, 10, or 20 steps, just as long as that you get 40 one direction, 40 the other. Once you complete that, that is round 1. You'll rest 30 to 60 seconds depending on what you need. Repeat 3 to 5 times, and that depends on how much time you have to do the circuit.